Teresa, I spoke with adults, I spoke with children, and the one word that everybody is telling me is that they were scared, and they still are scared. I want to just give you an idea of where we're standing right now. We're just right by the service road here, and the police officer, well, he just tucked around the corner. He was there about 5 seconds ago. Well, he's the one that told us to back up all the way, because right now what they're doing is they're going through store by store, and they are clearing the store just to make sure that there is no other threat here at this mall. When I first arrived here, I was actually closer to that north face corner, and then I saw a law enforcement officer come out, and he was in full SWAT gear, and he screamed over to me and told me to back up and back up. And then I saw other officers kind of running towards the area. And then after that, a few minutes later, I saw a bunch of shoppers, kind of like Stacia was saying, that they walked out of these stores with their hands up, and they were walking across this way right here where we could see from the camera. And then all of a sudden, I heard a pop, and all the shoppers started running towards where we're standing right now, and they said, "Oh, shots, shots." All I heard was shots, shots, and people just started sprinting. People are in fear because of what they heard. They heard multiple shots. I spoke to one gentleman who, 22-year-old man visiting from Houston, and he was just here for the weekend. He was just coming to the mall. He was with his mom. He was inside a store when he heard these shots go off. He said he heard 10 at first, and he thought maybe this is construction, looked at a customer next to him and thought, this is strange. Then they heard another round of multiple shots fired. He ran towards the front door, and he says he saw the shooter dressed in head to toe in black with an assault-style rifle, and he said he saw multiple people go down. They were locked inside that store for quite a while before they were let out, and he said he saw multiple people on the ground. At this point, we don't know how many, but he says it was multiple, and it's something that he is going to have to think on, and his mother is really suffering from right now from seeing all this that happened. Now, I wanted you to listen to a little bit of what he has to say.
Out of nowhere, heard about like 10 pops go off, and I look at the customer next to me. I was like, was that gunshots? And he was like, no, it's probably just construction or something. And then like heard 10 to 15 more shots go off, and so I ran to the front of the store, and we're like, no, that's shooting. And we see the guy. There's this guy dressed in all black, wearing a vest, has an assault rifle, and he's just shooting at people.
Now, multiple people have been standing at the corner right behind me, and they were just kind of peeking their head out to make sure it was safe, because they're just waiting to get to their car so they can get out of here. That gentleman you just heard from, Cole, he actually told me that he and his mom are Ubering back to their house because they'll just come back for their car tomorrow. It's probably safer just to get out of here. Now, as I mentioned, police are still clearing the building right now. This is still very much an active scene, so police are asking people to stay away from this area, including us, which is why we step back all this way. But for now, Teresa, let's send it back to you.
Tiffany, I can just imagine there are hundreds of people who went through this today, hundreds of families who are going home tonight and trying to process everything that they experienced and saw and heard. And then you can imagine the parents who were home knowing that their children were there at that mall. So that interview that you just brought us from that young man, so many people experiencing the same sadness and feeling the same way. And it's difficult to be there reporting on it as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Teresa. And I spoke with 3 children who were inside True Religion when this happened, and they said they heard gunshots, and the manager locked the door, and they were young. The oldest of them was 13 years old. The other 2 were, I believe, 10 or 11 years old. For them to have to experience this is awful. And I actually asked them, what did they learn at school about this? And they say they do practice this at school. They say, their teacher, they have drills to active shooter drills, and they just never thought it would happen at a mall on a Saturday with their parents when they're just coming out to enjoy. Just an awful situation. And everybody that I spoke with today, they told me that their thoughts right now are really with these victims and their families. Teresa.
WFA's Tiffany Liu reporting for us live tonight in Allen. We appreciate it. Just to recap, we still don't know exactly how many victims there might be, although the Collin County Sheriff has confirmed multiple people were shot. He confirmed to WFAA that includes children. He also told WFAA that the suspected shooter is deceased there on the scene.